what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're back here once again at the home office for Raiti's Rides because guess what? Another iconic brand has something new for 2022. And this time around, it's GMC. General Motors Truck Company has a revised, updated Sierra 1500 plus the introduction of two all-new trims to the GMC Sierra 1500 lineup. So without further ado, let's see how this full-size truck is going to stack up against the competition. Let's dive into this updated 2022 Sierra. All right, guys, there they are. That is going to be the two new trims that we're really going to focus on for this 2022 GMC 1500. What you're looking at is on your right. That is going to be what's called the Denali Ultimate trim. And then on your left, sort of in the background there, that's going to be an all-new AT4X. Now, the whole purpose of these two trims is to take it to a new level when it comes to materials, when it comes to technology, and of course, when it comes to style. Now, the great news is all the trims from SLT to standard Denali, standard AT4, you are going to get revisions to the GMC Sierra 1500. But for 2022, we have these new trims. Plus, we're really going to talk about what new technology is in store for this full-size truck. Now, of course, General Motors Truck Company, that high-end version in GM of Chevrolet products. So obviously, Silverado is also going to get some updates. But we're going to first focus on that off-road example, the AT4X. Now, when the AT4 first came out, that was something that was really filling a big void in their lineup to go up against the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro, to go up against that upcoming Silverado ZR2 and the current Chevrolet Silverado Trail Boss. Obviously, the Nissan Titan Pro 4X, and we can't forget the Ram Rebel. Now, with this new lineup, what we're seeing for 2022 is you're getting a revised grille, revised headlight housing that has new signature daytime running lamps and other light features that they're talking about. Plus, on the AT4X, you're getting a off-road specific 18-inch satin black wheel. With that beautiful red, it pops super nicely. Obviously, other things that you're going to get that's new that makes the X super special is you're getting those Multimatic DSSV dampers all four corners. That's the same shock company that made the suspension for my very own Camaro ZL1 1LE. Also, those Multimatic shock absorbers are going to be found on the current Colorado ZR2 and ZR2 Bison. Multimatic has been in the industry for many years doing on-road and off-road racing, and they really have done some great work with those suspension bits. You're also going to get not only a rear ear e-locker, electronic locking rear end, but you're also going to get a front e-locker. So dual lockers at the front and the rear of the vehicle to really heighten that off-road capability. From the back, just like before, I love the lines of this truck. Many people ask me, Joe, do I go Silverado? Do I go Sierra? I've always liked that little extra something that the Sierra 1500 brings to the table. You'll notice how they continued the GMC specific fender openings. A lot of the body lines are GMC specific, and I kind of like that connection to the past because of all that history with trucks. And obviously, GMC is working on SUVs as well, and those are getting revised and updated and redesigned. But it's nice to see that bread and butter, the meat and the potatoes of their lineup, the Sierra 1500, getting a bunch of love. Now, another thing you're going to get is a one-pedal crawl feature. So as you're doing that rock crawling, we're talking about one-pedal technology. This is stuff that's being brought over from the upcoming 2022 Hummer EV truck, which remember, we did go out to the Milford Proving Grounds and did get behind the wheel and did some on throttle. I'll leave that video at the end of this one in case you hadn't seen that yet. But definitely love the way they have those nice large openings, even for the largest booths that have those steel toes. You got those notches in the rear bumper. Of course, you're going to have that multi-positionable folding rear tailgate. That is something that GMC started, revolutionized the tailgate into that step feature with sound that you could add as an option and everything else. With this AT4X, you could tow up to 8,900 pounds, and it has a payload capacity of 1,420 pounds. The biggest news, which you'll be seeing very shortly, is going to be on the interior. We're now seeing premium leather materials. We're also seeing a bunch of new technology. Now, as we kind of go through these special photos that we were given by GMC, and I definitely want to thank Chad over at General Motors and GMC for getting us these media assets, you could see that multi-positionable tailgate. Some other brands have argued that that fancy tailgate, even though it does make it easy to get in and out of the rear bed of the truck, it does compromise some of that structure to the rigidity. I don't know. It seems that GMC has done the business of testing it, and the step feature really makes things easy. The one thing I still got to zonk is that if you look closely, the optional speakers, the way that they're mounted is sort of right in the way when you step in to that first step to get into the bed of the truck. And it's interesting because the brand that they decided to use is called Kicker. And if you're not careful, you're going to kick in those nice looking speakers that are located in that tailgate. Another thing which is kind of hard to see that we've kind of showcased on some of the other GMC Sierra reviews that we've done here on Raity's Rides is you're going to have all that USB connectivity right at the back, including an aux jack. So it's nice to be able to plug in your phone right there, go through your favorite playlist, and have that jamming right at the tail end of the business. You'll see the LED taillights, and of course, another thing that you're going to get when you go X, they told me I have to do this, AT4X, is you're going to get that carbon fiber composite rear bed, which, remember, that whole unit saves tons of weight, including all the swinging metal on the vehicle, which is aluminum. So we're talking about cutting weight from the previous generation. And with these revisions, I think we're just taking it up to the next level. Now, as we transition from this very off-road specific GMC Sierra, we're now going to talk about another new trim. This is going to be the top dog. This is going to be the one all the way at the top of the spec sheets. There it is. That is the GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. Why do they call it the Ultimate? I think you can figure it out. They've gone extra big when it comes to the style. I love what they've done with the grille, and this chrome finish is not your usual bright, shiny, blind you in your face, gotta wear sunglasses even at night kind of chrome finish. It's actually a darker chrome called Vader chrome. So maybe you could do a little Darth Vader impression as you fire up your GMC Denali Ultimate, or maybe just put on the helmet and drive around pretending you're Darth Vader. That might be something interesting. Let me know how that works at night, or if any law enforcement get involved with that. But when we're looking at this new Denali Ultimate, you'll see all that Vader chrome trim at the front. You could really see the work that they did with the headlight design, full LED headlights. I even like the way they went Vader chrome on the lower portion. From this tail angle, the tail end of the business, you'll see how we have those nice brushed aluminum pieces around the exhaust openings. You're going to have, of course, that electric dropping side step, the running boards that fold nicely into the rear of the truck. And if you're wondering, well, what do we get, Joe? On this Ultimate, one new piece of technology is that trailering capable Super Cruise. So just like we've talked about super cruising with Cadillacs, this will be the first GMC truck to have that Super Cruise feature, and you can utilize it with a trailer, which to me, technology-wise, that really puts it up there. You got that Carbon Pro, just like the AT4X, that Carbon Pro composite technology, 22-inch wheels. So the AT4X, more of an off-road setup, has the 18-inch wheel. This being more of a street truck, has 22-inch wheels, the size of flying saucers. You do need an official UFO license to drive this vehicle. So just something to be aware of if you're going to go Ultimate. It kind of makes sense. You're going big, and you're gonna go home. Now, on the inside, one of the special touches for this Ultimate is a new wood trim. It's called Palato wood trim, and I'm telling you, wait until you see what's coming up soon in the photos. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, they're bringing it to an all new level of fit and finish. And there is a super close-up of that grille. It's kind of nice that they went a little darker color on the GMC badge. And obviously I'm holding back the zonks because I need to see this in person, but I do see functional air curtains, which is good. I do see LED fog lamps, 2 thumbs up, the tow hooks up front to pull those lesser trucks out. So it's going to be great to finally get our hands on this in person. Now, if you're wondering, Joe, what about engines? You're still going to have that big bad boy, that 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8, still pumping out 420 horsepower, 10-speed automatic transmission is what it's made it to. There's 2 other engine options that I really want to focus on in this review. But before we do, look at that interior. This is the interior from the AT4X. So like I told you, I wasn't lying, I wasn't fibbing, I'm not crying wolf. That is an updated interior. Now you'll notice that when you go Sierra with the bucket seats up front in the center console, that is the first of an electric shifter. So that shift lever is all electric connected to make it shift from drive to park to neutral, so on and so forth. You'll also notice new infotainment, and they're taking it right from the Hummer EV. Plucked it right out and dropped it right in. You're looking at not 10 inches, not 12 inches. Yes, a baker's dozen of inches. It's a 13.4 inch infotainment system, but guess what? That's not it. Of course, you're going to get wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, some of the best resolution cameras in the business. There's your Super Cruise. So there's the light that's at the top of the steering wheel that lights up green to let you know when it's active. Look what else you got there, big boy. You have that full digital gauge display. So that's a 12.3 inch digital gauge display. And then above the dash, kind of hard to see in this photo, 15 inch head-up display. And just like before, you could position it any which way from Sunday that you want, whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel comfortable. It's like driving around with your wubby wrapped around you. And if you don't know what a wubby is, that would be that blanket that you would not let go of when you were a little kid. You could actually wrap yourself in that while you're driving this new GMC truck. Now, what are some other things going on that interior? Like I said, you're getting all that great technology. You're going to still get the great ventilated seats, the heated seats, more connectivity. Plus, you're getting finer uses of leather, a nice quality leather, piping, the stitch work, the whole 9 yards. But let's go back to power. And while I'm talking about power, there's the interior of the GMC Denali Ultimate with that Palato wood in there, looking sexy, looking sleek. I'm so glad they didn't put a veneer finish on it. That just makes it too shiny and gives me a headache while I'm driving because of the sun glare. But let's talk more about other engine options. 2.7 liter, turbocharged 4-cylinder. You're looking at now has 420 pound-feet of torque. It's got a more rigid block to take more of that stress for that day-to-day work, that day-to-day play. You could tow up to 9,600 pounds with it, and they revised the 8-speed automatic. And then, of course, that turbo diesel, the Duramax 3-liter Duramax turbocharged engine. You're looking at 277 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. You now can tow a tree stump pulling 13,700 pounds worth of towing capacity with that Duramax engine. Look at the interior. I absolutely am stunned in a very, very good way with what they've done with the piping, the stitching, that horizontal stitching brings everything out. And this is the way it should have been, but it's nice that it's finally coming for 2022. Having these changes, having these different finishes really allows us to see the direction that General Motors is going in with GMC as a brand. Of course, the Sierra truck, and this definitely separates it from the Silverado. Yes, you'll still be able to get your Silverado High Country that will have a lot of nice features as well, but it's nice to see that delineation because GMC is recognized as a more premium brand over Chevrolet. And then the last thing, as we're looking at that wood finish, you're getting that Google built-in technology. So it's not just about screens. It's not just about, super cruise, because we're going to super cruise wherever we want to go, right? It's also about that other technology like the Google built-in, and of course also that electronic shifter. But I'm hoping that this has been beneficial to bring to you. I definitely want to thank Chad again and everybody at GMC for allowing Raity's Rides access to these press materials. Very excited to see how this truck is going to be accepted and how it's going to go up against the new boys. That redesigned Toyota Tundra, hello, we brought it to you here on Raity's Rides. Of course, we have changes with the Ford F-150. We showcased a lot of those different trims and variants. And then, of course, we still got Nissan, and who can forget about Ram, because they're going to be bringing it even more. But if you want to keep seeing, as we're looking at the back seats here, if you want to keep seeing these virtual unveils on Raity's Rides, put in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this truck. Are you excited for the new GMC Sierra 1500 for 2022? Would you go AT4X, or are you going to go Denali Ultimate? Put it in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, though, and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Raity's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the queen of the camera, working it like a champ. This whole time she's been holding the camera steady. No gimbal, no support. That's what she does. She gets it done. Show Lori some love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.